hop on over, go ahead and get your minting started, pick out your Raiders.
We're live now. All right, let's go.
You're going to be able to make money with this thing. So later on, you're going to take this to our smart contracts, and you're going to be participating in the whole project. You're going to get paid out raid tokens. But like I said, man, these Raiders, these initial ones, we did this IRO because we really want to get this kick started, and at the same time, everyone who participated in this, we want to give them something back. That's where Sergeant came up with the idea to get like kind of a pre-sale for a pre-sale going. So if you mint a Raider now, you're going to go ahead and interact with our smart contracts that we're going to be releasing after mint out. If we don't mint out in the first 4 or 5 days, we're just going to go ahead and open that up for you guys. We can take this step further, and you guys aren't out any real investment. You're just going to be earning, and that's what we want for all of our initial investors, is that they can make some really good money. That's what's most important to us, is security and making sure everyone's having a good time and being able to make some money, because that's what we're all here for, man.
We giving away some Raiders for this party?
Yeah, we got 5 winners for this giveaway. Everyone who reacts, so it'll be 5 different people. Give away 1 to every person that is a winner.
All right.
We aren't going to give all 5 to one person, because that'd be a lot. But this one's going to go up for 5 minutes. 5 Raiders, 5 minutes. So go ahead and pay attention to that giveaways channel. I'm going to go ahead and drop that now. Should see it popping up. Go ahead and react.
When our game goes live in approximately around 3 to 5 days from now.
I know that you had said that you wanted to wait till mint, but if we don't get to mint in the next like 4 or 5 days, you weren't gonna just make people wait. You were gonna go ahead and roll those out for everyone. And then you're saying 30 days from that is when we'll go ahead and establish the IDO to get some liquidity going for these tokens. You know, we do our raid rallies every week. Every Wednesday we get a new update, so as long as you're checking in every once in a while, you're gonna be able to stay up on top of everything that we're doing over here. Yeah, I was just checking out the general, and I was like, man, there's a lot of them that are really cool. One of the things about the collection, guys, is those really high tier mints. You aren't really gonna see many of those. That's a really low chance to get like a tier 6 or a tier 7. So if you hit something like that, that's like a jackpot. You aren't gonna see anyone who's got that same Raider as you, or a lot of those same features. It's gonna be really rare. What is the percentage to get a tier 6?
For the tier 7, that's 0.5%. For the tier 6, that's 1% chance of minting.
All right, so that's
For
what, 1 in 100. 1 in 100 Raiders are gonna pull a tier 6.
yeah.
That's pretty good. So if you got a tier 7, like, you just got one of the best Raider pulls possible.
So, but I am looking at the mints right now. So we have like 185 from the Terra, and we got 150 from Ramelan, and we got, what is that, 203 for Scora. There we go. And 144 for, how do you say that last one, Thorion?
Thorion, yep.
So we got 682 mints in under 30 minutes. So I want congratulate you guys and the team for that.
Yeah, definitely, man. It'll be nice when we get that IDO going. Can't talk about everything. Me and Sergeant, we kind of have some talks about some things which are good mechanics moving forward with the project that could really be beneficial to token prices, giving people an actual reason to hold their RAID tokens instead of just selling them off. We want to benefit people who are holding the RAID NFTs as well as the token holders. We want to give the token holders a reason to hold. So there will be plenty of reason to hold the NFTs. But we got a lot of stuff coming up that we're going to be releasing.
Awesome! Can't wait for it. Super excited.
Can you explain, like, I know the rarities here, the levels, the tiers, whatever have you, but class, level, edition, aura, you know, having a tier 7 or tier 5 aura, in terms of aura, portal, gemstone, what exactly does that mean? If it's a tier 1, tier 3, tier 7, what does that mean, you know?
If you do get a really high tier, it's kind of like bragging rights. I mean, you got a really, really rare mint. Like, too many people aren't going to get that, but it's not going to affect your earnings. It's going to be more for collector's value than anything. The auras are something that we've discussed after Gen 1, moving into Gen 2. We're actually going to implement the auras that can actually be shown on your generative. As far as the tiers, they really are just for rarity. They don't have any actual bearing on your earnings. You aren't going to get like a tier 7 and have some really hyped up APY or something like that. That's not the way that it's going to work. It's just for collectible stat. It's like a stature thing, you know. Like, you can use it as bragging rights. Like, I got a tier 5 portal with a tier rarities. Like, that wasn't our main focus. We were looking for a way that people could invest into NFTs and be able to yield farm with their NFTs. And we wanted those NFTs to actually hold real value over time. So, I mean, a lot of places you might mint an NFT and you're spending, you know, $150 for it. And then a month later, you know, it's worth $50-$60 and you've lost all this money. We wanted to make something where the NFTs actually have real value. Like, you're going to be able to make money with these. There's going to be a strong floor on them where if you want to mint them, that floor is going to constantly be rising with the amount of mints that are going into it.
You know, I'm just curious to know kind of where the game, like where the experience is going to be going. You know, being that Fantom is, for me personally, one of the most exciting blockchains right now. I'm just curious to know how this fits in with any of the other competition that's out there, you know, coming up on Fantom or whatever have you. Just, you know, what type of, dare I say, gaming experience can people anticipate?
This is gamified yield farming. So it's going to be a fun, exciting way to get people to interact with the project's smart contracts, but they're going to be gamified. At first, we're going to be implementing those single pools contracts that you're going to be interacting with. It's just going to be like a basic action that you're going to be doing, and there'll be a cooldown associated with that. So you can only do that so often. It's all going to be modular. So we're going to build up from it every week or every month, however long it takes to get something else implemented. We're just going to keep building upon those core contracts. So the first one's just going to be like a single stake you can interact with. Then we're going to be moving to the leveling. With the leveling, we're going to implement stats. Those stats are going to be kind of like, you can tweak those to get your own specific strategy for yield farming. And we're also in the future, we want to kind of explore ways that we can introduce other types of classes to, like something that may be like a healer or something, and figure out a way that we could, you know, incentivize that type of class. On Fantom, I think it's a great blockchain for this type of thing. And with the competition, I would rather team up with the competition, honestly.
Is it possible to change names? Yes, but it's still not available on the UI, but it's available already on FTM scan. Sorry, if you can interact with the contract there, you can go ahead and change your Raiders name.
Should I mint a lot of the different factions, or should I mint just one? I'd mint all of one faction, just because I want all my time that I'm putting into this, that I'm interacting with these contracts every so often. I want that time and that effort to be all put towards one faction, because I want that faction to win, because if that faction wins, then I'm gonna get the most paid out. This project's gonna be on NFT Key. We haven't been listed on there yet. I believe you put in the app for that, right, Sergeant?
Yeah, I've already submitted the form for listing there, and I'm waiting for them to get back to us.
The Raiders contract, Paint Swap got that one up. That was actually surprising how quick that they got it up. Let's make sure that if you aren't in a faction already, go ahead and join up with one of our factions, because the first 100 people in any one of our factions are going to be whitelisted for NFT faction crest. It's going to be a faction crest, really cool design. I don't think we're going to show them off just yet, but we got a different one for every faction that we'll be whitelisting everyone for. It's only going to go to the first 100 people in each faction, though, so make sure that you get your faction selected and get into one of those so you can qualify for that. Into the Blockchain asks a really good question. He says, can we only mint from the faction that we are in? You can actually mint from any faction that you wish. The different factions on the Discord, it's just kind of a social place where everyone can get together. I'd suggest staying with the faction that you've chosen, because you guys can coordinate together. You can get groups of friends in together and get them all towards this one faction, where you guys can put in a lot of work and accumulate these faction points. These faction points are actually going to award you a really big pool of raid tokens at the end of our initial campaign. I've been telling everyone about it. It's the Lestari's Divide. We're going to go ahead and host that for 30 days after we mint out. It's going to give all of our early adopters a chance to make some money back, so that you guys are supporting the project the most. We want to make sure that you guys are getting your money back sooner than anything.
Hey, bro. I have a question, though.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can we still allow faction members to switch to other factions?
Like I had explained before, I think we have to wait until all the rewards are given away, because if we have it set up so that it's unlocked, people just flood from one faction to another. Scorro will hit 100, then everyone from Scorro, they'll go over to Ramalon, and people will be trying to get multiple mints. So for the time being, we're going to keep them locked just until we start reaching these milestones. Once we get those set in stone and get everything minted out, then we can unlock them and people can choose freely That's just something that I chose to do for the sake of the giveaway because, like I said, I didn't want just everyone flooding from one faction to another.
Well said, bro. Thanks.
We're open to pretty much anyone who's on the Fantom network to collaborate with us, man. I mean, this is Fantom family. If someone wants some help with something or they got a project and they want to do something, get together, that's what this is all about, man. Because in our generation 2, we're going to move to a more generative style. So when you're rating, you can get an NFT loot. Some of those might be items that you can equip, whether it be armor or weapons, anything like that. You can equip them to your raider. Now these first gen ones, they aren't going to be able to display those type of items. When we move to gen 2, it's going to be, like I said, generative, and it's also going to be able to display these items. So if you get like a badass staff or something, you're going to see that on your raider, and it's going to be reflected in the NFT itself. Nice to see a lot of you guys here. A lot of names that have been supporting us for a really long time. You know, we would have never made it this far without you guys. So you guys really mean the most to us.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate all of your support.